we're going to see a world where agriculture is a part of stabilizing the climate, cleaning the water, providing habitat for wildlife, reviving the sort of vitality of rural communities. Agroforestry needs to be a part of that. I'm Keefe Keeley. I'm the Executive Director of the Savanna Institute. Savanna Institute's vision has really remained remarkably a constant sort of foundation for what we've grown into. That vision of widespread agroforestry has been our lodestar since the first days, and even before Savanna Institute really formed. Our capacity to bring that reality into the present day has grown a lot over the last 10 years, but the sort of direction that we're rowing in has remained. What's really surprised me is the speed with which we've moved toward it. We still have work to do on all these elements that will make widespread agroforestry possible, but 10 years is a relatively short time to build up all of the ways that we've become able to move the ball forward on that. We've seen from early on the pieces that need to be in place so that it becomes possible for more farms to do agroforestry and to really thrive, because agroforestry is a part of what they do. Farms need to have good information and examples to learn from, need to have reliable, predictably successful and productive crops to plant, need to have technical assistance from other farmers or other forms of expertise, need to have support from policies, need to have reliable markets, and need to have people involved. From the beginning, all of our programs have been designed around and adapting to meeting those needs effectively to make agroforestry possible. The Savanna Institute, when it was first getting started, was a loose collection of farmers and graduate students and community members who had started to plant trees on their farms and integrate livestock into their orchards. So as this network came together, the Savanna Institute was formed as a way to be the connective tissue in these groups who were interested in how agroforestry could be a part of how they farm and how communities engage with their agriculture around them. Our first program was called the Case Study Program, and it was really a way to help farmers learn in an orderly fashion and have a venue to communicate and share the lessons they learned so that folks didn't have to make the same mistake that each other were making. And as we grew, we developed more partnerships with other organizations and institutions, working with universities and other nonprofits, and doing more projects on more farms. Now we have a whole team of people who provide technical assistance that are available to work one-on-one with farmers and landholders. That's something that we had envisioned and wanted to do a lot of from early on, but just didn't have the capacity to do it. And there's examples of that in other programs too. We started doing a few crop variety trials early on, but it was really on a shoestring on some individual farms. Now we have dedicated research plantings. We have a team of crop breeders who studied in their PhD and their professional career how to do this with the really cutting edge science. And fairly early on, we recognized we were going to need a place where Savanna Institute could put down roots. While there's no substitute for learning on a working active farm, there are some types of public education and in-depth technical training that we're better equipped to do on a place that's our own. The Spring Green Campus is a place where anyone knows that if they want to learn about agroforestry, learn about the Savanna Institute, this is a place where they can come. And so I'm incredibly hopeful that as we see those possibilities and make more commitments that this is the world we want to live in, that it's going to continue to open doors, and we're going to see an incredible amount of enthusiasm for how a farm, how a place, how a community can transform when you start to make trees and perennials and the commitment to that place that represents to plant a crop that's going to continue to have its roots in that place for generations to come. So thank you. Thank you if you've given us support in the past, if you're giving us support this year. Thank you if you'll support us in the future to continue to make Savanna Institute a place and a community that's changing the world and helping farming become more of what it can be in terms of giving us not only what nourishes our bodies and good food, but what nourishes our communities and our souls. Places of beauty places that sequester carbon and stabilize the climate and help this world be the beautiful place that it can and should and will be for our children and grandchildren and all the creatures that we share this place with. So thank you so much for being a part of Savanna Institute and all the support that you've given us over the years.